Hey there, guys. I know we usually do this once every month, but I decided to read 2 books today. I could resist doing another video. Also, there will be some information. Yes, I did say I was going on a trip this week, but, well, Monday I'll be gone. By Monday I'll be gone. As any case, today I'll be reading 2 good books. I know I should do this once a month, but I can't help it. I want to read. So maybe I might once in a while read a lot of books. Anyway, I'm sure all of you know about The Mitten by Jane Britty. Well, it's not the book I have, but it's called The Hat. It's a similar situation, only it's a hat. A sock. This time I will show you the pictures. And here's Raven in the middle in her little ballet outfit. Isn't she so cute and pretty? We were trying to look for the Wow Wow Whoopsie episode, A Dash for Dollies, but no luck. And that's bumhole sucks. Here's the first page. She was hanging them up in the fresh air when a strong wind blew one of their stockings off the line. Curious Hedgehog found it, pocketed his nose in it. He pulled it out. The stock was stuck on his prickers. How embarrassing, Hedge thought. The next animal is a rooster. Or a chicken. Yeah, it's a chicken. The next part is the mother hen came with her chicks. Crack, crack, she cackled and laughed. What's that on your head, Hedge? Why, it's my new hat, he told her. Isn't it beautiful? The mother had cocked her head as if she had an idea and went off the ground. Hedge saw the noisy gander looking down at him. Honk, honk, ho, ho, the gander laughed. Look at that, the hedge has flipped his gizzards. Laughed today, Gander, but today when it rains, my hat will keep me dry. The gander thought for a moment and off she went. Here. The more animals see this hat, the more they want, and the barn cat was watching from a tree as Hedge tugged, talking. Yeah, called down. What's a silly looking hedgehog you are, with a thing on your head? But my ears will be warm in the snowstorm. Purred the cat as he ran off. Here you go, guys. The farm dog and her puppies found Hedge in the patch of brambles. Hedge, that hat you're wearing. How funny you look. She barked as her happy puppies yapped and giggled. Oh, they're cute. But I will be cozy and dry when it snows, Hedge says. The farm dog ears picked up and she ran off. These are the puppies over here. See, aren't they adorable little puppies? Also, this is I want to also mention that this is a special birthday video to a friend of mine whose birthday is today. I will tell your name after the story. In fact, I think I'll do a surprise video. Don't you agree? Here's the next page. Oink, oink, oink. The piglet squeaked. What are you up to, Hedge? The mum pig asked, making sure my hat doesn't fall off. Itchy wind blew off. I see, said Mama Pig, and off she ran. Oh, the little piggy's cute. Too bad one day they'll become bacon and other things. Hedge, what is that ridiculous thing on your head? The pony snouted. That's a pony, but not my little pony. That was the last straw. It's my hat, of course. Don't you know everyone wear a hat in winter? It's cold and snowy, Hedgie shouted. The pony looked startled, and Hedge, as usual, was so friendly he ran off. I wish it was Twilight instead of this horse. Hedge just wanted to be alone. He was tired of everyone laughing at him with the thing on his head. He wouldn't even fit in his den. And now the next character to see is a little girl. He didn't see Lisa running at him. Come back, you silly hedgehog, she called. Oh no, even the girls laughing at me. And now we're having a whole gaggle of stories. Lisa caught up and pulled her stop a hedgehog. You ridiculous little hedgehog. Don't you know that animals don't wear clothes? Headed for his den. Lisa started back towards the clothesline. Then she saw Oliver missing. Yeah, Oliver clothes. You wonder who took it? Well, you're about to find out. The animals had taken them all. Each of them was thinking, now I'm wearing a magnificent hat. See? Lisa was still chasing them and had reacted. How ridiculous they look. Don't they know that animals should never wear clothes? Said the hedgehog as he went into his den. Yes, I will tell you whose birthday after I finish 4 stories. Oh, what the heck. Happy birthday, Kate! Hey, dear Kate, this is a special video for you. Happy birthday, you lucky 28-year-old girl. I'll be reading lots of stories today, especially I'll be reading 2 new books that I got today that I ordered from Barnes& Noble just for you. But this one is just from last week. This is Raven's favorite. Sunny Rooms. Oh, it's called All Raggedy Ann and Andy, All That We Love by Petria Hall, illustrated by Elson Winfield. Sunny room, flowers in bloom, morning breeze, kittens sneeze. Birdies sing, sweet bell ring, gifted to share, friends who care, all these things we love. Crunchy leaves, fuzzy sleeves, sweep and slide, swing the ride. Popcorn clouds, giggle loud, ladybugs, special hugs, all these things we love. Doll-sized blankets, nice soft hankies, smiling faces, snoozy place, toasty feet, favorite treat, cheesy wish, get well kisses, all the things we love. Aww. Inside day, play games, silly songs, sing songs, cozy nooks, favorite book. Winter weather, time together, all together things we love. Tickled waves, cells as cheese, cells to save, drink so cold, a hand to hold, sandy feet, snacks to eat, pets of sage, friends we made, all things that we love. Gentle rain, choo-choo train, snuggle bed, sleepyhead, comfort jammies, baby lammies, night, night, light, a kiss, good night, all these things we love. The end. Let me just get the other 2 books. Yes, Kate, I'm doing a special video for you. You deserve a good one anyway. And you shall. Let me just pick the next book. And by the way, if you want to pick up your gift today, go ahead. Where did I put that? It's always up to you, child. Then again, you're not a child. Let's see. Oh, yeah. I think I'll read all of these new books. But just these 3, perhaps. Oh, no, I'll probably get tired by the end of this video. Then you'll get a special song. Okay? Now, let's continue, shall we? To get more comfortable. Now, Sassy Duckling by Harvey Firestone. Now, most of you may think this is a copyright story, but it's not. You see, Happily Ever After, Fairy Tales for Every Children, actually there's a story based on this. Instead of Ugly Duckling, it's the Silly Duckling. The Sissy Duckling. I actually ordered this from Barnes & Noble. I'm able to go there and get things myself these days, finally. Elmer was the happiest duckling in the whole forest. He loved to build things, paint pictures, play make-believe. He also enjoyed helping around the house, especially fond of decorating cookies. Yes, Elmer was one happy duckling in all things he loves to do. Unfortunately, there wasn't a single other boy duckling who liked doing the stuff that he likes. Not one. They boxed the box while Elmer baked. When they built forts, Elmer made sandcastles. They had football games and Elmer put a puppet show. Sometimes Elmer played with the girls, but most of the time he played alone. You will never get along in this world if you don't learn to play with others, Papa Duck told his son. This time you'll learn baseball. How about I put a halftime show instead? Offered Elmer. Papa Duck just shook his head. What's the point? I can't catch. What's the point? Elmer asked. I can't catch. I can't throw. You don't have to catch or throw. Just hit the ball, said Papa. Clunking the battering helm onto Elmer's little head. This is going to be a disaster, thought Elmer. As the first pitch striker passed his beak, batter can't hit. Batter can't hit. Change. Do I point your shortcomings? As Elmer snapped back. Second pitch wheezed. Strike two. Swing. Another pitch. Swing. You're out. Really? I'm done. And tossing aside his helmet back. Thanks. Swell time, fellas. See you in postseason. And then, to the amazement of all clients, skipping merrily away. Trust me, everyone's born different. It's normal, though. Elmer was getting ready for bed when he heard his papa shout in the living room, Sissy! They call him a sissy! Now I'm the laughing stock of the whole flock! When Mama Kim took Elmer into bed, it took all this courage to ask her, What's a sissy? Mama sat down next and explained, Sissy is a cool way of saying that you don't do things the way the other things you do. How do you want me to do things? Just like they do? You are special, Elmer, and being special sometimes scares those who are not. I don't want to be special, but you are, Mama said, holding Elmer close. And one day you will amaze us all. Elmer urged the next morning. I'm bully Drake, duckling blocking the path. No sissy allowed in my school, Duck squawked. Elmer faced him down, bill to bill. You are just angry because I do differently, but one day I'll amaze you all. Who fed you that line? My mama. What a sissy, Drake hollered, and the other ducklings joined teasing Elmer. Until Miss Handpecker appeared in the door. I heard that, announced their teacher, and all of you stay after class until you learn to get along. The ducklings grumbled, mumbled, and glided into the old schoolhouse. Elmer cannot help but being who he is. Because everyone blames Elmer for having to stay late, he decided it would be wise to let them leave school first. He looked good around before stepping out of behind. Alone at last, he said to himself. And down the path, see, there's nothing to worry about. Wanna bet? Came a thundering ribbon. Drake sprang from the high place. He fist raced to fight Elmer, had no time to think, he made a break towards home, running harder than he ever run before, with Drake chasing his every step. They jumped over fallen trees, petals, grasses. Elmer was so frightened he couldn't catch his breath. Not when he reached his home. Now, when he got his room, not even when he locked the door, found his bed, even then, lone dog, there was no peace for Elmer. He ran away instead of fighting. He was being chased, Mama argued. In a few weeks, we'll fly south for the winter. It will every deck for himself. Only strongest way. If you stop thinking like a sneaker commercial, you'll see that Elmer is just strong as any other dog. Elmer is a sissy. Elmer is your son, Mama pleaded. He's no son of mine, declared Papa. Poor Elmer heard his father's word, and his heart crumbled to pieces. What do you do when your own papa calls you names? Thank God our dad doesn't do that, right, Alexis? Sure, he would never do that. Elmer didn't want to make his mom unhappy or his papa angry anymore. He filled his pillowcase with his paints and tools and pictures of his parents. He tied a bundle and carried it away into the night. The forest was dark and silent. Elmer revealed that there was no one around to see his tears when he slipped into the great pond and swam away from home. Elmer stepped into the opposite shore and looked around. He found an old hollow tree hidden there. No one will ever find me here, he thought. Just as Elmer had made his own toys. Now he used his special talents to make his new home. He built a comfy bed, a warm fireplace, a door to protect them from the chill and wind. My house is everything I could ever want, except my mom and papa. As you see his house, he's very gifted. Someday when I'm on my own, I'm hoping to do that too. Living my own would be very nice, actually. But anyways, back to the story, shall we, kids? And Kate and everyone else. The grass turned white with the first frost of winter. Elmer knew he would soon be the only duck left in the forest. His heart ached to see his parents once more before they flew. As quiet as he could, he paddled back across the great pond, ever just in time to see his flock ready for their journey. "We can't go without Elmer," he heard his mama cry. "We can't stay here." If only I knew he was all right, Elmer whispered to himself. And I had this, "I'm all right, Mama." The flock took to the sky and Elmer waved goodbye. Just then, short wings shattering cold, hunters leaped from behind the trees, and the gun blasted. The ducks, screaming out of fright, struggled to fly as fast as they could. Shot after shot, they were thrown down. Elmer beat easily when he saw most of the flock escape into the clouds, but then he realized the hunters and the dogs would be coming. He was about to hide the pond when he stopped the sound of a quiet moan. Terrified as he was, Elmer followed the sound. His parents parted the tall grass. Astounded, he found his wounded papa. "Fly away, Elmer," Papa pleaded. "You don't see any other ducks coming back to rescue me for once in your life. Can't you act like a normal duck? Forgive me, save yourself. That's what every other duck would do." With his strength, Elmer lifted the old duck and carried him to safety at the pond. I may not have been what the other ducks would do, but Elmer knew in his heart that it was the right thing to do. Papa was comfortable, completely confused though. When he woke, "Where am I?" he quacked. "Don't worry, you're with me," Elmer answered, bringing a bowl of hot mushroom soup for his papa to eat. The old duck looked around the wonderful home. "You did all this by yourself?" But then he remembered what had happened. "You must leave me and fly south. No duck could survive the winter alone. Winter in the forest. Save yourself someplace. I'm ready. You've been sleeping for a long time, Papa. It's too late to leave." He opened the door into the poplar with the deep snow that covered the forest. "Oh, son, what have I done to you?" "Don't worry, Papa. We're gonna have fun." And believe me, they did. As and he was right. All winter long they played games, told jokes, made things, and laughed and talked and got to know each other, as you could see. In the warm, cloudless morning, cloudless morning, that sky exploded with the sound of honking and flapping. Spring has come, ducks were returning home, and they gathered in a large field to give thanks for their journey. And the newly elected leader of the flock was Drake Duckling. As for Mother Silence, remembering the fellows who went through. And let's not forget the one who shot Hunter last fall. And Elmer. Don't forget we lost my Elmer too. Now who could forget? That little sussy, the other duckling joined laugh. The woman voiced forth. "If Elmer's a sissy, then I wish I were sissy too." Drake angrily doing. "Who said that?" Everyone saw Papa for Papa. It was impossible. No duck has ever survived the winter in the forest. No one, not even, never. Mama ran to embrace Papa, and the other was, how did he survive? Elmer was engrossed in the cooking pot of dandelion stew. Never knew his mom was until, "Are you too grown to hug and give a kiss to your mama?" Elmer cried with joy and hugged her. "I always knew you were special," she whispered to him. "And now everyone else knows too. I'm so proud of you." The entire flock cheered when Elmer stepped from his home. One each duck congratulated him for bravery and loyalty. Trey Duckling sheepishly kicked the dirt With his webbed feet, he didn't know what to say. Way to go, Elmer, the officers winked for a high five. Elmer took a breath and he spoke his mind. I want to make one thing clear, perfectly clear. I am the same Dick I've always been. I have not changed. I'm a big sissy and proud of it. Drake took a step forward. You haven't changed, but maybe I should. Again, the officers winged the same. Elmer slapped it hard as the flock rested around their hero. Over the years, Elmer learned that he was not very different from Rob. Out in the world, he met other dogs just like him. No, Elmer was not so different, but he always remained special. Alright, guys, this is what I mentioned. Harry Ferguson is a three times Tony Award winning writer, actor, and gay rights activist. He played writing critics include Touch Song Trilogy, Sex, and Libret of Musical Lache Fleury. His flame performance included Miss Doubtfire, The Independence Day, Bullet Over Broadway. He lent his trademark gravity voice to Disney Mulan, a classic episode of Simpsons, the Emmy winner Elmo Saves Christmas, and the Academy Award Time Harvest Milk. His screenplay for the HBO family version, Sister Duckling, won the President's Humane Award for works enchanted the audience. Now, the reason why I went to get this book from Barnes& and Noble is because, well, I grew up the same way as Elmo. When growing up, I had to deal with the same things. I couldn't talk right. I couldn't write right. I couldn't do a lot of things that other people did, so I got picked on a lot. But then I got help from teachers. And guys, if you're out there, if you're still there, there was Miss Jane, Miss Blake, Miss Wrinkle, Mrs. Montgomery. Those four were the bravest teachers that ever helped me in Newfield Elementary. And I had really good friends in elementary. There was Sherelle, Yasmin, Christina, Gregory McGregor, Ricky Ricardo, and believe me, Newfield Elementary was a very brave school for me to handle, especially when I was a little troll. And you guys all know it, right? You guys all know me from Stamford, Connecticut. I'm doing fine. All I can do is just read stories to keep myself busy, which I'm writing my own stories and making dolls. I know this is a birthday message, but I just wanted to do a sound out to everyone from Newfield Elementary. If anyone remembers me, and you probably should, believe me. Here's the next story. The Little Island. This was turned into an animated cartoon by, well, Richardson. He was the one who did the Thief and the Cobbler movie, and of course, in part of help in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. Cloud passed over it. Fish swam around it, and the fog came from the sea and hid the little island. Soft wet shadow. The morning was very quiet on the island, with only the spiders swirling their webs against the gentle wind. Small flowers, white and blue, violet and golden-eyed, little waxy, white and pink chuckleberry blossoms, one ticky-smarry pale tree, bloomed in the island, and that was spring. Then one day all the lobsters crawled from the sea and hid under the rocks and ledges of the island to shed their shells. So yeah, even lobsters can shed their shells. Let their new ones grow hard and strong, hiding the place in the darkness. And the seals came barking down the north to lie on the sunny rocks and to raise their baby seals. Arf, arf, arf! There's even a white seal, and white seals are adorable. And they're so cute! The kingfishers came from the south to build their nests, and the gulls laid their eggs on the rock edges to have their own babies. And the wild strawberries turned to red summer had come to the little island. Boats sailed to the little island far from away. Herd and Marky leaped out on the water, all silver in the moonlight. The seaweed squeaked in low tide. Little green pears grew on the pearl tree. Pears. A little black crow flew over. Little Kitten came to the island with some people on a picnic. Little Kitten plowed around the island and saw that it was surrounded by water. What a little island, said the kitten. This little island is a little island, as big as Tig. So as you, said the island. Maybe I'm a little island too, said the kitten. A little fur island in the air. And he left the ground and jumped in the air. That's just what you are, said the little island. But I'm part of the big world, said the little kitten. My feet are on it, and so am I, said the little island. No, you're not, said the little kitten. Water is still around you. Cut you off from the island and ask any fish, said the island. So the kitten caught a fish. Answer me this. I'll eat you up, said the kitten. How is the island part of the island? Come with me, said the fish. Down to a dark secret place of the sea, where I show you. I can't swim, said the cat. Show me another way, or I'll eat you. Then you must take it on faith. What I tell you. What's that? Said the cat. Faith. To believe what I tell you. About what you don't know, said the fish. He got on his boat and sailed away to the sun's sun. The little island had a little wood on it with 7 big trees and 17 small bushes, one big rock. Birds came to the woods of the forest of the island. Moths flew over the ocean until they got there. Night came, the little island dark still, and 7 little fireflies flashed darkness. A bat flew around and around the pale tree and woke up an owl. Hoo, 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 hoo. The wind whistled. Came, then came the storm. The wind blew from the southeast when a big grassy mountain came before it, and lightning and thunder, always howling, moaning, whistling. Moan, and the storm passed, and left a little island where it's found in the swimming sea. Autumn came, and the little yellow carriage dropped slowly to the ground. Winter came, and the snow fell softly like a great, quiet secret of the night, cold and still. Night past, summer and winter, and the sun. And the rain was good for the little island, a part of the world, a world of its own, all surrounded by bright blue night sky. The end. Yeah, I know I'm getting a little tired, but I can't help it. I love reading, and believe me, reading all these books, it's relaxing. Here's the one I've been saving for a special. I've been saving this one for a very special reason, and I have actually chose the right reason to do. It is called Rough Faced Girl, a Native American story. I may have a friend out there who is Native American. Once so long ago, there was a village by the shore of Lake Ontario. Off on the other wigwam of this village stood a great huge wigwam, painted on the side with pictures of the sun, moon, plants, trees, and animals. Inside the wigwam was said to live a very great, rich, powerful, supposed handsome, invisible being. However, no one could see him exactly, except his sister, who lived there too. Many women wanted to marry the invisible being, but his sister said only the one who could see him could marry him. Now in the village they lived a poor man who had 3 daughters. The 2 oldest daughters were cruel and hard-hearted, and they made their younger sister sit by the fire and feed the flame. When they burned and popped sparks to fell on her, in time her hands became burned and scarred, her face became too rough and scarred. Even her face was marked by the fire, and beautiful long black hair hung raggedly changed. The girls laughed. Ha! You're an ugly, rough-faced girl. They made her life very lonely and miserable. The poor dear. One day their 2 older sisters went to their father and said, Father, give us some necklaces, give us a new homespun dress, pretty ribbons. We got to marry the little being. Their father gave them, dressed them and all the people pointed and started, Look at those beautiful girls. Slowly they shall marry the invisible being. Those 2 girls were proud and hard-hearted, hanging through the village. At last they came to the wigwam, the invisible being, and their sister waited, who was very why have you come? We want to marry the invisible man. If you want to marry my brother, you have to see him. Tell me, what have you seen him? Of course you've seen him. Can't you see how pretty he was? Can't you see the beautiful clothes he wears? All right. If you think you see him, then tell me, what is Bo made of? Suddenly, her voice was shifted lightning and struck thunder. His bow? Oh, we know. We shall say, let's say it's oak tree. It's a great oak tree. No. The sister of the invisible sister said, no, she saw at once, shouted like, tell me, if you think you've seen my brother the invisible being, what's the runner of his shed made of? We know. What shall we say? Green willow branch? No! No, you have not seen my brother. Now go home. Just as fairly. We've seen him. Just don't ask her all these silly questions. All right, said Uru. Come with me. And they took them back to the great wigwam and set them in the fire. So they heard breathe, and two sisters still couldn't see a thing. Suddenly, a great bold bearded and girl sat there, eyes wide. All that night they never saw a thing. In the morning they had to go home ashamed. The next day, the rough-faced girl went to her father and said, Father, may I please have some beads and a new buckskin? I'm going to marry this man for whatever I love. The father said, Daughter, I'm sorry, I have no beads left for you. Only some little broken shells. I have no buckskin dress. I have left are my old worn cracked stretched out spears from last year, and they're much too big. Whatever you can spare, I can use. So he gave her those things. Then she found a dried reed and took the little broken shells, and she strung them into a necklace. She strapped the birch on them again. With a sharp bit of bone, she carved the bark pitcher into the sun. She went down to the lake, then she molded them into her feet, and still too big. Flop, 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 blowed up. Look at that strange clothes. Hey, go home, you ugly girl. You'll never marry the invisible man. But the rough-faced girl had faith in herself. She had courage. She didn't turn back. She kept walking all the way through the village. She looked very pretty. As she walked, and she saw. Yeah, I think she looks very pretty. I'll show you. To them, they were fools. To me, she looked beautiful. Remember, matters on the instant. I'd rather judge those how they act or how they. I'd rather judge people how they act, not just their look, just their act. It's the inside that counts. As she walked on, she saw the great beauty of the earth and sky spreading before her. Beautiful. Truly, she's alone. All my village saw the things the sweetest, some awesome face and the visible being. As long as she came to the lake shore, just as it was sinking, behind the hill many stars were gleaming in the sky, and there standing by the water edge was the sister of the invisible being. Now the sister of the invisible being was a wise woman. When she looked at you, she didn't see your face or your hair or clothes. No, when she looked at you right in the eyes, she could see all the way down to your heart. She could tell you had a good or kind heart or cold, and she saw once that her skin was scarred and her hairs burnt. But though strange, she had a beautiful, kind heart. Welcome her dearly. Ah, my sister, why have you come? I replied. The rough-faced girl replied, I have come to marry the invisible being. Ah, said Sister Great Gentle. If you want to marry him, you have to see him. Tell me, have you seen my brother? Yes, all right then. If you've seen him, tell me. I mean, of his bow. Why is it great colorful rainbow? Ah, then the sister. Tell me if you've seen my brother's visible being. What's the running of a ship made of? Buffalo looked up into the sky. The running of a ship? Why, it's the spirit road of the Milky Way of the stars that spread across the sky. Ah, cried the sister in wonder and delight. You have seen him. Come with me. And they took the rough-faced girl by the hand, and she led her back to the great wigwam and sat her in the seat next to the entrance, the wife's seat. Then they heard footsteps coming in, and closer, and then Flapper Little lifted up and stepped his visible beam, and when he saw her sitting there, at last we have been found, and smiled kindly. And who's my sister? But she is so beautiful. And his sister said, yes. The sister Vivian gave the red-faced girl finest buckskin robe, necklace, perfect shells. Now bathe in the lake and dress in these. So the red-faced girl bathed in water in the lake. Suddenly all the scars vanished in her body. Her skin grew smooth again. Her beautiful black hair grew, and long lost raven rings. Now everyone could see that she was indeed beautiful, but the invisible being and the sister had seen from the truth. Then at last the red-faced visible being were married, and they lived together in a great gladness was never parted. And you know what happened to those sisters? Well, I can tell you this much. They were turned into trees, watching the invisible being and the girl growing so much children. They turned into trees for doing so much to their sister. That's just wrong. I hope you enjoyed the story, Kate. I actually love reading books, reading so many stories, especially if it's for a good cause. But reading is a wonderful thing. You can never know, really. Life has so many things you can never know. No, where did I put it? Where did I put it? I'm such a mixture. Oh, here it is. I'm just organizing. Now, then, I'm glad you enjoyed the story there, Kate. I know this video was very long. And now I'll sing you a song. Kate, you're like an angel in heaven, flying across the starlit sky. Your voice is ringing like an angel flying in the air. You have soft arms that can cuddle a baby to sleep. You have a voice that is true as the stars in the sky. I say one day you'll grow to a beautiful tree and you have. I say to you that you are proud, wonderful girl. Not of your looks, but it's the inside that counts. Your kindness has grown so much. The way you share your home with my sister. The way you've been so nice to my family. I honor you, another sister of my family. I made that myself. I hope you like it, Kate. So from Raven and me saying, Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. And that's from me, that's from Raven and me. Adios, and happy birthday to you.